Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's Team Rocket. We have a deck profile for you here today. I guess some announcements to start out with. Obviously, some of you guys, I'm sure you've seen Chaos Dragons won YCS Philadelphia, making it 2 in a row, which puts them on par with Rescue Rabbit, which had won the previous 2 in a row. So these are obviously the decks to beat. As a hero player, myself and my teammate both play heroes. Another one plays Sam's. We generally have a good matchup against the Rabbit decks, so not too worried about those. But these Chaos Dragons pose a real issue. I was watching, who is it, Matt O'Neill. He had, I guess he top 4 with Chaos Dragons, or top 16, something like that. Did pretty well with them. And he basically just laughed at his hero matchup. So what I'm going to do as part of a study trying to get better at this game is I'm going to take this to locals for the next couple weeks and try it out and see, the ins and outs of the deck, and see if I can find a way to improve our matchup as hero players against this deck. After building the deck and just looking at all the cards and the choices and watching some videos, people who have played it and did well with it talk about the strategy, I basically came up with the idea that you need to outpace this deck. It's not an easy thing to do, but I'm going to give it my best shot, and so here's my attempt to outpace Chaos Dragons. So here it is. I have Stratos and 3 Bubble Man. I would stop there, but you have to play 40 cards in the deck, and it's hard to make that turn into 40 cards. So you have the 3 Alias. Basically, if you don't have your OTK or your instant win condition, this gives you a little bit of an engine to try to draw into it, or extra destruction. Basically, just stall for a couple turns, buy yourself some more time. Also, they let you make Shinings, which are really big, and they're bigger than anything that the Chaos Dragon deck can throw down at you. So if you get that 3200 Shining on the field, first couple turns, you're in pretty good shape. So those do help for that. With the 1 card D. Playing, I only have 1, but I don't know if I'd play more than maybe 1 or 2. Definitely not 3, because they can get clogged in your hand with the Bubble Man, and that ruins your plays if you have too many monsters. So maybe I'd play 1 more. I wouldn't play 3 in this deck. There's the monsters. There was 8 monsters. 3 Rally. This deck special summons basically all the time, except for the card D and the Alias. So these are just to set up your plays. A lot of times you'll have to take a beating one turn, or you just have to try to protect yourself and just set up for a bigger play the next turn. This deck basically has 1 speed and it's OTK, and if you're not OTKing, you're looking for your pieces to OTK. So that's the point. You got to get to the pieces. Here are some of the pieces. More copies of Stratos. That's basically what you're going to get with this every time. You need those. Then the back row hate. 3 MSTs, Heavy Storm, and a Night Beam. You just gotta draw that back row hate. You gotta get after those back rows to get your plays off. You can't be stopped. If you get stopped, you're in bad shape. So 3 Sparks, just in case you don't get your pieces, you can draw into them or stall out. You get kind of an alternate win condition with these. And when you summon an Alias, put your opponent in a bad spot. They basically have to use Warning, or they have to try to attack over it. And these just help draw out those warnings so you can make your big plays later on. Speaking of big plays, Miracle Fusions. A lot of times these will give you that little extra damage, like if your opponent has a monster on board. I'm sure a lot of you know this deck basically pulls off an 8800 attack field, and sometimes if your opponent has a monster or anything to stop one of those attacks, you are going to come up a little short. So these Miracle Fusion give you that extra push to get over whatever you need. Then we have 2 Super Polymerization. With Heretics and Chaos Dragons, these are a little bit more live. They're still dead against the Inzectors, but since Dark World and Gravekeepers are seeing less and less play, I feel like these are a better play now, especially with Inzectors exceeding all the time with Ladybug. They're going to make some, rank 5, they'll make a Tyrus or something. You got to be able to take it with these. Tyrus is a problem, so you can take it with a Super Poly. Here are some of the other pieces you need for the OTK. Warrior Returning Alive, and Hero Lives. If you guys would like an explanation about these, I'll go into them more in another video, but I'm not going to go into the OTK plays now. I'm just kind of showing you guys the deck. You have the Reborn, Feature Fusion, and Dark Hole. just staples. This is going to get banned, and it really sucks. Chaos Dragons have ruined this card. It's a good support card for heroes, but it's not as broke as it is in Chaos Dragons. They're ruining all our fun. And then just 3 traps, because you don't really have room for anything else. Hero Blast is kind of going along with the alias, just to stall or control the field a little bit. And then the panic button, just in case something goes wrong. You got the Trenchels. So that is it. There's the fastest Elemental Hero deck I can build with the cards that are currently in the TCG. If I miss anything, let me know. Like I said, I'm going to be trying the Chaos Dragons out here for a couple weeks. Maybe a couple tournaments, however many I can get in, and see how those do. I'll come back with a report on that, what I think about that deck, and ways to beat it, especially for you hero duelists out there. Alright, thanks.